What is appropriate for a teacher to wear? But she can't help that she has nice assets, okay? She can't help that.
Because I got a BBL, I can't have a career.
But now I got to send my 13-year-old to a class, and you got your jiggling every which way every time you take a step.
Now, she looks good, I'm not gonna lie. I think, she's ready for the day. She could do whatever she wants in this outfit, but just not teach kids, because that's just not appropriate, okay?
I'm more concerned at the fact that she is a school teacher and she's writing like this. Because why are you capitalizing random words within a sentence? And it's not a name.
These schools are full of young teachers these days that do nothing but have hookup culture and make TikToks.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena, and today we are talking about teachers and what should teachers wear. So there is a big debate on TikTok about Miss Teacher Bae. Her handle on TikTok is that girl Peachy. She does call herself Teacher Bae. If you look up Teacher Bae, you'll see all kinds of stuff, but her name is Miss Williams. But keep in mind when they say Miss Williams / Teacher Bae, they're talking about Miss Peachy. So I'm just going to call her Teacher Bae because that's what she calls herself. I don't know her first name, but maybe I'll call her Teacher Bae / Miss Williams / Peachy. But I'm going to try to keep it to one name and just call her Teacher Bae, okay? When this whole debate came on, they were saying, oh, teachers should not be wearing that. Teachers should not be wearing this. Why is she dressing like she's going to the club? So I was like, okay, hold on. Let me just take a look. I love fashion, I love thrifting, I love outfits of the day, I love seeing people's fits. Let's just see, right? Because it can't be that bad. She teaches elementary, I think. So what I want to do is go through some of her outfits, see some comments on her page, and then see what other people are saying on the internet. I also have another person I want to compare her to for argument's sake. But let me know your thoughts down below, because I'd really like to get this conversation going. Are people overreacting to Teacher Bae? Is she just a good-looking woman with a nice body? Or are there some things where we just cross the line and we need to have a uniform or have some parameters and guidelines about what teachers are allowed to wear? Before we dive into some of her videos and comments, when I thought about what my teachers wore when I was in school, honestly, I remember just a lot of like saggy cardigans. As I grew older, I think teachers started to step up their fit game. They would wear more dresses and things like that. And then it was mainly just black dress pants, button up when I was elementary. I don't know, I mean, I was a kid, so if you're a parent, I also want to hear your opinion below, because if you are sending your kids to school, you do want to think about how people at the school are presenting themselves or who's around your children, because even though they may not understand what's going on, would you feel uncomfortable if your child was being taught by Teacher Bae and the outfits that she's wearing? I just want to show you some of the outfits. We'll talk about each of them, and then we'll dive into what other people think on the internet.
Miss Williams. Pose. She's so pretty.
Okay, with this first video, I kind of have a question. Who is filming her? Because it looks like this is her page. And so is she asking someone to take a video of her? Also, it kind of seems like maybe it's a student filming her and saying, look at Miss Williams, y'all. And that seems like the theme of this profile. I believe this is Teacher Bae's profile, so that part has me confused. And if so, if it's a student making these videos and this is Teacher Bae's page, I'm kind of questioning, how did that get into Teacher Bae's hands? So is there a student filming on their own phone outfits of the day of Teacher Bae, and then Teacher Bae says, hey, send that to me? That gets kind of tricky because these are minors we're talking about here. Now, when I look at this first outfit with the white button-up and then the khaki skirt, I kind of don't see anything wrong with this. I mean, she looks great. She's a beautiful woman. Body goals, okay? She looks great. I think it's the shoes, though, because in general, I feel like there's a closed-toe policy in most public spaces, schools, you don't want to have open-toed shoes in like a stadium, right? You also don't want to have one in an auditorium where it's dark and then you can't see where you're stepping all the time. I think if anything, I would just change the shoes here. Maybe ballet flats or some nice heels that have closed-toed shoes. But she looks great. I feel like some people may not like that the skirt is form-fitted, but honestly, I feel like at least back in the day, skirts were form-fitted. Maybe not this stretchy of a material, but they have pencil skirts like that. I think this is fine.
Look at Teacher Bae.
This next dress is cute too. I think she looks good, but again, it's the heels. And even people in the comments say, the outfit is okay, just the heels. The outfit, the heels, the phone out. She want to be in high school again so bad. Interesting. Maybe teachers need uniforms too. She must be a first-year teacher. I don't see teachers wearing heels. She looked cute though. Okay, since the phone is out, again, that's what I want to know. Whoever is filming her, are they airdropping these videos, or is this not Teacher Bae's profile at all? I do suspect that this is her profile because someone commented her previous profile and it had Peachy in the name. I'm just going to show it right here, but I'm not going to play because it is kind of, she's like twerking and stuff, and she looks great and she has talent, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think that should be the same name associated with her teacher account, because if we think about things, her students, it seems like they're calling her Teacher Bae, and I'm sure they've heard about this. Who isn't on TikTok right now if you are in school? Like, to be honest, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but honestly, there's so many young eyes on TikTok, and I'm sure her students have heard about this. At least one, you know what I mean? Now, this is the outfit that I think did it for people because there's sheer stuff. It's the skirt and the heels are almost okay. Like, I feel like people could wear those types of heels to church and things, or honestly, you know, people just can wear this outside of a school setting. Number one, her skirt is not fingertip length. I think that's just the biggest thing. You should have some sort of rules for the teachers as you do for the kids. If the kids have to have dresses and skirts that are fingertip length, then the teacher should too, right? Since her bottom shell of her skirt is sheer, you can see that her opaque part of her skirt is not fingertip length, and I think that's the big thing. From her waist up, I think she looks fine. The heels are kind of I think just from a safety standpoint, bring us some closed-toed shoes. But this is the outfit that I think a lot of people had concerns about. I think the other outfits were like, it's mainly just the heels, but this is what have a lot of people debating about on TikTok. Why is she holding her Chanel bag in front of the bus and classroom? Someone said, I know a retired dancer when I see one. So does she have a friend come to do these photo shoots, or is she having one of the students do this? See, that's what I want to know. Hold on, let's dive into those replies. She has another teacher do it. So there's another teacher filming? So that's two teachers that are not focusing on students to shoot these Fashion Nova clips. Got it. That's obviously before the class started. It's her classroom neighbor most likely. I'm going to assume a class neighbor is another teacher, so you're telling me we got teachers having photo shoots instead of teaching. And that also brings the conversation of, is it okay to film at work, even if it's just outfits of the day? Now, y'all know that I used to have outfits of the day because I was like, okay, my outfit, I'm proud of this. I thrifted this. I want to just remember what I wore to work. You know, I love fashion, but then I realized, that's kind of not okay, and so I deleted that. But that's the thing, especially as social media evolves, as the internet continues to have a further reach, and we know that your digital footprint is forever. These are things that we have to think about. If you are teetering the line, we just have to make sure that we kind of do our checks and balances. Yeah, this has to be her page because she has other things like Come with Miss Williams to get her hair done, Friday with Miss Williams, Free Write Friday, and she's kind of vlogging her classroom stuff. Now, real quick, these other outfits are cute to me, and I do feel like teachers have more of a fashionista thing going on nowadays, and that's fine. But like this t-shirt with the fun pants, that's fine. Now this with the red and white striped shirt and then the skirt that is pencil. Okay, I do think that for a teacher, it might be okay to add a little blazer or like a long cardigan so your butt can be covered a little bit. And that's no shade to her, but in general, even if it was for me, and even if it was for someone who had a different body style or different body type. But I think if anything, the shoes could change. I think this outfit is okay. I think it kind of teeters the line a little bit, but she can't help that she has nice assets, okay? She can't help that. People are really saying some interesting things. It's giving, I want the attention of children.
I had a Teacher Bae when I was in middle school, and I could tell you it was nothing good for me. Because when I was younger, I was a little bit more standoffish, and then those type of teachers, like, they kind of gravitate to the popular kids. It's almost like they never lived their high school years out, so they're trying to redo it. Or they never lived their middle school years out, so they're trying to redo it. And they gravitated towards the kids that pretty much was bullying me and pretty much kind of made me feel like when I was at school. And then the teacher turned around and made me feel like because you basically friends with these little and they with me. And you sitting up here giggling with them. And at the same time, I'm still coming to you for advice. Girl, it was just a hot ass mess, honestly. And then, like, she used to have little personal relationships with the kids. Like, some of the kids that have her Instagram, and they're like, oh, yeah, I have her Instagram. I have Miss Apple's Instagram, and you don't have Miss Apple's Instagram. And I'm just like, oh. She used to be in class on the phone with her little boyfriends and stuff. Like, the age she was at back then is, like, the age I'm at now. So I kind of understand, like, what you had going on. But girl, like fresh out of college. I'm not even fresh out of college. Like she was fresh out of college. She had her little boyfriend. She used to drive back to see her. Girl, I can't tell all your business up here, but yeah, with her now. But I'm just saying that's how I felt back then. Like it was just. I just hope Miss Teacher Bae, you're exhibiting proper. You're already not dressing right. I'm not even gonna get on that. But I hope you're, you showing teacher etiquette up in that school, and you're not talking with the little boys and like. With only the popular girls and basically gossiping about the other kids. Like, gossip with your friends, not with the other kids, girl. I'm just,
You only got open-toe club shoes. If you can't wear it in church, you can't wear it around kids. If a man was calling himself Teacher Bae, this would be handled more seriously. That's true because bae means like baby, right? Let me just double-check Urban Dictionary. Wait. No, it does not mean bitch ain't educated. That is not true. The most annoying word to ever be used to refer to your crush, boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay. When this word became popular, when I was growing up, I thought people would say it stands for before anything else, but I was under the impression that it's like, hey, bae, like baby. Yeah, we shouldn't be calling our teachers baby, okay? Or we shouldn't be calling our teachers bae. The designer bag, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that part too. I also feel like since you're in a school setting, you don't want, I don't know, there's germs and stuff. Sometimes, like for me, if I have something nice, I don't know if this is a toxic trait, but sometimes I try not to use it all the time. I have those Beats headphones that I did a review on, and then I get concerned like when I wear sunscreen, I'm like, I don't want to use it every single time I need to put headphones on. I don't know. But maybe that's just me. I do think things are meant to be used though, and it's a privilege to have these things. It's a privilege to have a designer bag. But there's some situations where you don't want to mix everything in. And some people are saying that you don't want to have a designer bag at school and like kids would be around it, which I don't know, but I just think of germs mainly when we're talking about a school setting. Like I don't want stuff around there.
My daughters would not be in Teacher Bae's class, and I don't care what anybody says. Call me a hater, call me bitter, call me jealous. I don't give a. They would not be in her class. At first, I was like, I think y'all are just pushing it a little bit. But it's like her outfits progressively get worse and worse and worse. It's giving that you're not there to teach. You're there to accessorize and have photo shoots every day. Because why is you posted up on the bus like it's the club wall in 2002? And as the mother of 2 preteen girls, do y'all know how hard it is? I be fighting for my life to get my girls to just stay kids, okay? Because the way y'all be letting y'all little girls run around here, mine could never. But now I gotta send my 13-year-old to a class, and you got y'all jiggling every which way every time you take a step. You standing out in the hall greeting these kids with your Chanel hanging. Why do you need to have your Chanel and your Prada as an accessory when you're greeting the kids coming into your classroom? Or any purse for that matter. Why is it not already locked up in your desk? I don't understand. That alone gives me vibes that you're in competition with these kids, and it's weird as to me. I see mostly people concerned about her teaching corny little teenage boys, but my thing is preteen girls are already fighting for their life, trying to find their confidence, trying to fit in, trying to figure out who they are, and then they got to sit in the class in front of Miss BBL 3000 with her Chanel on display while she's welcoming people into class. That is not the example that I want set for my daughters personally. Nothing wrong with BBLs, nothing wrong with the girl's body. She's a beautiful woman. I am not negating that fact at all, but she's proven that she can dress appropriately without all her goodness jiggling all around the classroom. I'm sorry, like this, anyone who does not see an issue with this, you are a part of the problem. I don't care. And then you posting videos and got these kids' names and their homework all on social media, knowing that your videos get like millions of views, and you're literally posting clips that have these kids' names on their assignments. Girl, find your priorities, because teaching clearly is not one.
This outfit looks fine though to me. So this, like the jeans, I think part of it too is you can still have nice assets, but if something is clearly accentuating it, you got to be mindful of that. And you don't want too much accentuation. You want to have like a fit and flare type of thing, because you don't want to necessarily draw attention to it. Like, let's say you have big boobs, right? If you have big boobs, I'm not saying don't ever wear like a form-fitting shirt like this. Oh, I don't have, but you can't, anyways, it's very form-fitting, right? But if I was in school, I would put a cardigan around, or maybe have a blazer, and then I wouldn't necessarily have the tightest skirt on. You can still have something that is slim fit, but not necessarily accentuates you or what have you. For example, you can wear a bra, but you don't want to be a teacher wearing a push-up bra. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not coming for her because she has nice assets, but I'm just saying we need to be strategic about how we're presenting ourselves. Do we want certain things available while we're teaching kids? Or, we have goodies. Don't necessarily go to school like this, but there's things that you can do to not accentuate it.
And here's a good example of a teacher doing the fit and flare situation that I'm talking about.
So, I like this outfit because she does kind of have that fit and flare going on. She has more of like wide leg jeans, her jacket and her shirt fit well. That's the kind of route that I think we should take versus having a form-fitting shirt and a form-fitting skirt and open-toed shoes. Which that tells me she knows how to dress for a school setting. It's just like that once you clock out. That's all. That's all from me, in my opinion.
Oh, look at Miss Williams. Hey, Miss Williams. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Oh.
Now, this is another example of it too, because her shoes lace up. Shoulders are showing. You know how in school when they don't want your shoulders to show, like no tank tops and things like that? I think that should be applied to teachers as well. Even if it's a cute maxi dress, you still want to have some sort of cardigan or something, even if it's like a t-shirt cutoff cardigan, okay? Now, she looks good, I'm not gonna lie. I think, she's ready for the day. She could do whatever she wants in this outfit, but just not teach kids, because that's just not appropriate, okay? So she does make a response video.
Hey, good morning. Call me while I get ready to go to work. So yes, of course, I'm still a teacher. Haha, still here. I'm going to deposit my money before I go to work because I don't want to leave money in my purse. However, I'm at the ATM. I came late this morning because I had to go to the doctor. And you know, I'm not gonna really take pics because I gotta get my hair done over. After I see my hairstyle too many times, I get tired of looking at the pictures. That's just me. Sorry. So I just made a successful deposit. I'm gonna take my card. I'm gonna go get ready. Now that I'm in the car, I want a lot of y'all to know that y'all are miserable. Y'all are really miserable. Like, y'all are making up stuff. Like, first of all, let's start here. Who even told y'all I had a BBL? Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? Not saying it's true or not true, but I want to know who told you that. Because I got a BBL, I can't have a career. What if I just wanted some buns? Also, let's stop with the PDF narrative. My children don't do that. They are very respectful young 10, 11-year-olds. They don't even look at me. And quite frankly, I'm not that nice of a teacher. I'm very mean, strict, and firm. You better come in that classroom to see. Like, I'm so bubbly. Come get a hug. I don't know. I know y'all really love me. I love y'all too. I really do. Like, I don't ever want to lose y'all. I love y'all. Also, you know, be careful what you wish for, okay? You don't want me to wear looser clothes. You might want me to just keep them a little bit hugging me, okay? Because, yeah, just be careful what you wish for. Just let me be. Just let me, I'm telling you, let me be. Oh, and by the way, being a teacher is new to y'all. It's not new to me. This is not my first year teaching. This is my first year being a reading teacher. Let's start there. So, any students that I have that was in my class last year and not in my class this year, their parents are dreading the fact that they're not in my class. Parents call the school wanting their child in my class. So that speaks volume. So therefore, love yourself and stop worrying about me. Love you, TikTok. See you later with my new outfit of the day on Tuesday.
Someone said she should have stayed quiet because now it's worse. What kind of teacher you is? My children don't do that. I don't think folks are concerned with what the children are doing. You guys are really saying that she's like a dancer. Teachers don't get paid cash. I know a retired dancer when I see one. Mind you, she's already late. Not the first thing she decided to clear up was that she doesn't have a BBL. See, I don't know. That also poses the question of, if you are dressing like that, do you want attention from the students? Or is that just how you dress and this is who you are all the time? Because I think that's different. If that's how you dress, this is who you are all the time, that would be a different narrative. But I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of accused teachers for grooming their students and appreciating attention from kids, and maybe that's why they go into teaching. Not all, but have you heard that? Like, people who peaked in high school, they become teachers because they want to experience that again. Not all teachers, okay, before y'all come for me. But that's what people are saying in the comments. And that makes me question, because why would you dress like that? Like, why would you wear open-toed shoes in a school? You're probably the only one with open-toed shoes. No one's wearing flip-flops to school. We're not allowed to do that.
We're not calling women fouls enough. Like, these teachers who are going to school in bodycon outfits, BBLs, and in heels that you would wear to the club, to school, like, wanting to be attractive to children is a thing that fouls do. Nobody wants to be attracted to children but somebody attracted to children. You know what I mean? And then you think in your head, like, all these women are so beautiful. Why would they be attracted to children? Because they're attracted to children. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with what this person looks like, but everything about their intention and their desire. They want to be attractive to children. Teacher Bae? Bae to who? The other teachers or the internet? Like, and then another thing, it's very strange to sexualize a job that's centered around children. Do you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, having a huge BBL and you're posting it like, this is my outfit for the day, this is my teacher's outfit, and you're turning around and then, like, you're posing at the school in front of the school bus. Like, it's very much like you're sexualizing the idea of being around children, working with children and things like that. And that's strange to me. That's weird. And it's weird because it's these women. And then the men who are jumping on the bandwagon to say like, oh, well, I dress in streetwear because I'm a cool teacher. It's like you also want to be attractive to children. Like, that's not appropriate wear as a teacher. Like, you don't dress down every day and then be like, oh, I'm dressed up just because it's something that you would wear to the club. It's not. It's strange. It's weird.
So let's dive into some of the reactions, because people are coming for her and the way she teaches. They notice that she spells with capital letters randomly throughout words. Like if it's a sentence, it would say something and something, but the A and, what is that? Do you guys see that? But the A and would be capitalized, so they're kind of coming for her and how she teaches. And so they're kind of saying, are you even teaching these kids things? And I'm like, dang, they're really coming for her.
Y'all are so concerned with what that teacher is wearing, but I'm more concerned at the fact that she is a school teacher and she's writing like this. Because why are you capitalizing random words within a sentence? And it's not a name. Why are you doing that? And what subject is she teaching? I hope it's not English language arts. Because if that's the case, these students are about to be in for a rude awakening when it comes to those standardized tests that they're going to have to take. Like, I'm seeing all these videos talking about, oh, her outfits are inappropriate. Her outfits are inappropriate. The outfits. Her teaching needs to be appropriate. Because right now, looking at that board, why is no one talking about this? No one's talking about this. And that's a big problem. Reading comprehension and literacy in the United States is already at an all-time low. I saw a report the other day, and it said, like, I can't remember the number, so I don't want to quote it specifically, but it was around like 45 to 47% of Americans are reading on a 4th grade level. That should be the primary concern.
Why you at that schoolhouse unboxing your purses, talking about the only C my students gonna be seeing is Chanel? Well, you might want to order you a Fendi, cause they finna be seeing a whole lot more F's on their paper. Now I know I'm not the smartest cookie in the bunch, but I know for I'm sure you don't need to capitalize every word in the sentence. Now, some of y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I know everybody has been talking about the Teacher Bae, Miss Peaches, Miss Williams, whatever she going by, on her outfits. The outfits. When you show that board, why the f*** is you writing everything capitalized? That's not how that works, sweetheart. Maybe you should start focusing less on them fashionable fits and focus more on that grammar and punctuation. If that's right. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. But at least I know well I ain't supposed to be capitalizing every word in a sentence. That's how I used to text in middle school. Get it together, lady.
I don't know, you guys. I think she just needs to really change the bottom half, okay? Fix the shoes, get the closed-toed shoes out, and then as far as her pencil skirts, I'm not saying take all of those away, but let's introduce a blazer or a cardigan in the mix, or let's do some fit and flare action. Can we add a blouse on top and then you do your pencil skirt? Or if you want to do like a form-fitting shirt like the one I'm wearing, if I were to make this shirt ready for school, I would put a cardigan on, maybe some, let me stand up a little. Okay, I'm wearing sweatpants, but I would wear pants with this and then a cardigan or a blazer, or I could do a pencil skirt and a blazer situation. But maybe not the one that has like yoga pants stretchy material, because you want to have things that aren't see-through or easily showing something. Because even though this is form-fitting, you can't see my bra, or you can't necessarily see the outline of my nipples or something. Or for a pencil skirt, you know how some pencil skirts nowadays, you can see the outline of your underwear, but if it's thrifted and it's designer, I only know thrifted, but if it's like from Ann Taylor Loft or something like that, it'll have another layer to it and you can't see the outline of your underwear. I'm not saying that is her case, but that's another thing you want to be mindful of. Is this showing the outline of my booty meat, or is it covered just a little bit more?
And it doesn't have to be designer, of course, but it has to be a durable material that's not stretchy. I think the stretchy part is where she can get in trouble, because it's going to accentuate things. We don't want to see the outline of your underwear, and we want to make sure that it's not too tight. I just typed in pencil skirt, and it doesn't matter where it's from, Shein, ThreadUp, Banana Republic, Dillard's. You can see that these skirts are a little bit more durable with their material. Comparing it to another option at Shein for pencil skirt, it's more stretchy, and you can see the outline of your body, and more so it's stretchy, really tight.
Like people are saying, we can't control what our bodies look like. Some people are also saying, if she was in a different body, you wouldn't react this way. Well, I have another teacher and another fellow Asian, and listen, I think this next teacher that I want to compare her to is another beautiful girl. She is in a different frame. Even though she's in a different frame, these outfits are not appropriate to me. Check this out. So even though she does that fit and flare situation, that skirt is not at fingertip length. And open-toed shoes, okay? We cannot be doing that. This dress and the white cardigan kind of seems okay. The white shirt and the pants kind of gives pajamas, so I would need something to kind of dress it up a little bit. But I don't see anything wrong with that necessarily. Now this, it does seem a bit too tight, I'm not gonna lie. Because you know when you try on pants that are not fitting you anymore, they're kind of tight, and then by the crotch there are like those lines. If it's like that, that is too tight. I think with this, I'm looking at like her thighs too. It's just a little bit too tight, and I don't think that that's necessarily appropriate. Her shoulders are showing as well. A quick fix with this would be a long cardigan. I love long cardigans that cover your butt. What happened to teachers doing that? I mean, I don't know, I'm not in school. I only see teachers on TikTok nowadays, and I do have a teacher in my family. You know, cozy cardigans, long dresses with a shawl or a cardigan, or just legit a shirt and pants. Teachers wearing jeans on Fridays, a polo and pants. Now that I think about it, I remember a student teacher I had for Spanish class, and she would literally wear just like a polo and khakis. I'm not saying go back to boring, ugly, whatever, but I don't know, we just need to be mindful about just the professionalism, that's all. And this is no hate to Teacher Bae. This is just a discussion. You are so beautiful. You have nice assets. You're a teacher. Like, we love teachers over here. You are definitely in a place to where you can influence kids and help them learn and grow. But we just want it to be fostered in a safe environment.
But if she was white, it would be different. Girl, bye. No, it would not be different. It would be the exact same thing. And I'm only using this comment for an example because there's hundreds of comments insinuating this thing. Like, it's because she's black, it's because she's got curves. Well, let's go ahead and get straight into it. This is a white girl, and still what she's wearing is skin tight and inappropriate as I don't know what grade she teaches, but regardless if she's teaching kindergarten or seniors in high school, it's inappropriate. There is a time and place for everything. School is not the time or place for any of this type of attire. I don't care what anybody says. And let me just show y'all the comments. People have the same opinion. They have the same outrage. They have the same judgment. Is she pretty? Is she cute? Yes. Does she have a nice body? Yes. And just like Teacher Bae Miss Williams, she has proven several times that she can dress appropriately for her body. Dressing a certain way is a choice. It doesn't matter if you are curvilicious. It doesn't matter if you have a BBL. It doesn't matter if you're natural. It doesn't matter if you don't have boobs or a butt. None of that matters. It don't matter if you're dark skinned, light skinned, black, white, brown, Puerto Rican, or Asian. It's inappropriate. And no, this does not apply to only women. If a man came in with a skin tight t-shirt on showing every muscle that he's got and a print showing in his sweats or in his tight trousers, it would be an issue. There's a time and a place. But like I said, her being white, her being black don't got shit to do with it. I'm gonna call a spade every single time, and it's just simply inappropriate. That's it, that's all.
Teacher Bae's whole style, the way she talks, is a clear indicator that she works in predominantly black public school systems that are lacking in everything. They have truancy issues, the PTA is dissolved, the parents are not involved, and they're lacking in funding. The way that she talks, acts, and her demeanor would never work in certain suburban areas or in private school systems, so she's exactly where she needs to be. I saw one of her videos where she was like, yeah, I still got a job, and it's like, of course you do. Those schools have a major problem with trying to keep people. They don't make enough money, and they don't even feel protected or respected in the workspace. So only certain type of people are going to want to work in certain type of school systems anyway. Because you can best believe parents who actually give about the school system, they're going to put their kids in the best public school system possible. They move to certain areas, and the first thing that they want to check on is the school system. They go up there, take tours, they look around, and if they don't like what they see, their kid is not going there. These schools are full of young teachers these days that do nothing but have hookup culture and make TikToks. She says, oh, I'm not doing it for the kids. Obviously, you're doing it for the other males that are around your age at the job. Them teacher work days be nothing but them linking up and drinking. Any of you have teacher friends, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. I went to a school that had a good mix of age ranges when it came to teachers, but it seems like all the older teachers from back then, when kicked off, they went ahead and retired, or they furthered their education and became professors at this point. And of course, y'all want some of these teachers to hold themselves to a certain standard, but in some of these predominantly black areas, they just don't care. Like, they're just as ghetto as the students. They ghetto as well, and they messy too. But this is another reason why I tell people you should just wait to have kids until you get your money right, so you can put them in certain private schools or move into certain areas that offer a private school education, but it's public school because, you know, the area that you're in, because you won't have to deal with it like this. This wouldn't even be a conversation that made it to social media with these private schools. A lot of them are not even able to come on social media and do all this talking at these private schools. There's something left for them ghetto public schools. Just saying.
Anyways, y'all, that's all I have to say about this. What did you think about this whole situation? Do you feel like Teacher Bae or Miss Williams, her outfits are okay? Do you feel like they're okay outside of a school setting? Do you think she could just change the shoes and she'd be fine? Do you think she could be a distraction to students? How would you think if you were a parent and your child was being taught by a teacher that wears these outfits? How would you feel if your child was calling their teacher Teacher Bae, or in an environment where teachers are wearing open-toed shoes, really form-fitting clothes all over, things like that? Do you think it's fine, or just maybe a few tweaks to her outfit? Let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!